Hi guys, Blake here today with Lilley's Landing Resort and Marina on beautiful upper Lake Taneycomo. It is Sunday the 24th, I think. Sunday the 24th, it's almost 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and I'm going to do the one cast for you today. Today I'm going to start off, I've got a few different things with me, but I'm going to start off with the little Derringer jig. I got that about maybe 3.5 foot underneath a pulsa indicator, and that is 6X tippet leading down to the fly. I am located just a little bit below Short Creek, right over here where the flat starts and starts running down this shallower side. It is very overcast day. We have some really big potential. Well, we already are under a tornado watch until 10 p.m. But some potential storms here brewing. They are generating no water right now, and the only thing they have on the schedule is for just that little under 1 unit around 6 o'clock again, just like yesterday. I think this little 80th ounce jig here is about max for this float. But we've got about a perfect chop here on the water. A little bit of wind starting to blow in from the storm front. I actually pulled up here just a second ago, and I cast this out just to make sure that I had the right depth set, and I hooked into a really big rainbow. I mean, probably 20-inch, and I was trying to get the camera gear ready to turn it on, and I was just going to start the video there. Nothing officially on the first cast, and while I was trying to wrestle the equipment together, he broke the line. But it's been a while since I came up here and fished this little section of the lake with the little different variation of jigs under a float. And when you add some chop into the equation, you can usually pick up a few extra fish. I know we've had quite a few people doing good just right up around from me there, just a couple 100 feet up above me at Short Creek with night crawlers. So that tells me there's still some fish in this area. Let's see. I don't have many fishing reports at the moment. I didn't have hardly any boats on the water today. I don't know that there were too many guides on the lake this morning. So I'm just casting this out, getting a little bit of distance on it, and I don't know, every 10 or 15 seconds I'm kind of wiggling the line, giving that jig a little extra action. Kayakers on the lake. I hope they can make it to their destination before 5 o'clock is when the first big round of thunderstorms are supposed to roll in here. Uh, 80-degree day here today versus the 60-degree one yesterday. Anytime there's that big of a variation in the temperature, it's usually a guaranteed severe storm. And wind actually was blowing the opposite direction when I first parked here 7 minutes ago, and it's going the exact opposite direction now. So there's definitely some stuff brewing up there. I'm gonna take it off spot lock and try to just work my way down this flat here. Of course, might need to add some trolling motor power if I want to do that. This water in here is roughly 5 foot. It kind of varies. It gets a little shallower, a touch deeper. I may not have that set quite enough deep, but it should be pretty close. I like to always use as small of a float as possible. That always makes it a little easier to pick up on when they bite it, because sometimes trout do not like to bite very hard. But that only seems to help as long as there's not too much wind, because if it gets much windier than this, that little foam be hard to see on those on the waves. It already is a little hard to see. Had some fish caught off the dock this morning with night crawlers. Kind of hoping with this storm front moving in, get these fish going crazy. And I thought I was off to a really good start when I hooked into that fish trying to check my depth a little bit ago. A little baby brown trout just jumped out of the water over there. Maybe I'll get a little closer over there and see if I can scoop him up. I really think that wiggling the jigs helps out a ton with getting a bite. Obviously, if you've got a really good chop, then you know it's moving that fly just a little bit, but I personally like giving it the extra motion. Talked to Tracy Frenzel yesterday, and he said his best bite, and I think Phil covered it yesterday, but he said his best bite was before each storm front rolled in, and they were using the yellow megaworm. And the wind has changed directions again. I really can't believe I haven't had a bite yet. These conditions are just about perfect in my opinion. Like I said, I've got a few other types of jigs that I tend to work. The PJ's micro finesse jig, the one Phil was using a few days ago, the orange headed sculpin body. I've got a little pink one is just pink Chanel wrapped around the body, and then a little Chanel tail hanging off pink. And we actually, our guide that we took out on the White River was using that fly. And then I don't have any Turner micro jigs rigged up right now, but it's another good one to use in this area under these conditions. I really wish the wind would make up its mind and stick with one direction here. getting a few fish that are jumping a little bit closer to the bank over here, so I'm going to scoot in over there. This looks like a spot where they might do some mating. Just looks like it has the right structure for it. That big rainbow I had on right before I started the video was definitely in its spawning colors. Yep. It is, once you get a little too much wave or wind on the water, it is hard to see that little float. Seeing these fish over here jumping, but they may not be hungry. I have to say that night fishing up at the dam has been a lot of fun. Now Phil talked about the big rainbows I caught the other night. But there's such a, oh man, I was not ready. There's such a massive amount of really quality rainbows and brown up there at the dam. I haven't caught a whole lot of fish any night that I've been up there lately, but it seems like the quality of fish has been great on the ones that I have been able to catch. And you really don't have to walk very far to find them. Just gotta get out there and do it. Black has been my best color, whether it was a mega worm or a pine squirrel streamer, or I'm sure even a black woolly bugger or PMS, or just a few of the different things. But there's a lot of fish up there right now, big fish that are mating, and if you get that fly right in front of them, they might just take it. Of course, my wind is going to go away now. Come on, just one fish. Those streamers at night, I just put on about a 2.5, 3 foot piece of 2X tippet straight off my floating line, and you know, find a light, smaller streamer. Seems to be what works best for me, and kind of cast out there in front of you, either 90 degrees or quarter it downstream. Oh man, I almost hooked myself there. Or quarter it downstream, and then you just strip it really slowly. Sometimes I do little short strips with some long pauses, or I'll do some longer strips, but they're all really slow. It's never a fast motion. And or you can get the lighted indicator out and put a cloth egg pattern on, or a mega worm. Black isn't the only color I've been catching them on. The maroon mega worm, the chartreuse mega worm. I'm sure even that dark pink or light pink would work fine. The night before I caught those rainbows, I caught a nice brown on a big pink egg pattern on a 1/80 ounce jig head, probably about the size of a dime if you were to make a dime a full circle. Man, I just can't believe I'm not getting more bites right now. Fishing has been slow, there's no doubt about that. Hey, there's a fish. Come here, buddy. The wind's blowing so hard, it's just blowing my fly line all over me. There's a little baby rainbow. Interestingly enough, I've heard quite a few reports of people catching these baby rainbows, which they don't tend to stock them this size. But that could mean that over the last couple years of high water, we've had a decent turnout of reproduction. I mean, decent in comparison to other numbers. Oh yeah. Oh, the wind's definitely picking up. 3-weight fly rods are not ideal in this much wind. But this little area I'm sitting in right now, you know, has just always been really consistently almost all year round a place, one of those flats, one of those just convergence of the way everything lays out that fish like to tend to be here. And it's not limited to just little jigs, obviously. Fishing the night crawlers, fishing those things in here seem to work pretty well too. I'll take a cast or two more and call it a day. I don't know if anybody fishes trout parks very often, but you might know of a thing called the mini jig. It's just a little thread jig head with thread tapered down it. Wow, that was a good wind gust. Spot lock wasn't ready for that one. But I've talked to a few people and they say that those thread mini jigs, just one of the easiest things to tie in the world, have been working for them. So that might be worth a try too. I haven't really broke any of those out yet. Well, I think I'm going to call this my last cast here. Make sure I'm back at the dock for the few boats that are going to be coming back in. Clouds are getting pretty black over there, so it might hit a little bit before 5 today. Well, glad I got one fish to come and play today. Well, we thank you guys for watching. Like and share us on Facebook, and we'll get out here and do it again tomorrow. Thanks, guys.